this working? I think it is. Yeah, I should probably test my tech setup at this point, since this is probably like, I think my 30th or so stream. But the bar on OBS for my lapel mic is moving up and down, so I assume that means it works. Okay, yeah. What's up, goobers? Yeah. It's been like a week since I streamed. Yeah, allergies have just been hitting me like a truck. Yeah, in Central Texas, it's oak season right now with like pollen and allergies. So like, yeah, that just ruins me. Like, it makes me sneeze and tired and super itchy and stuff. But if I take like my the daily allergy meds, then like it just makes me super duper sleepy. But I'm not consistent on taking like the one that you have to take for like a week before it builds up so it actually works. So yeah, that, and I just started my new contract. It's only a month long, so I'm still gonna be like hunting for more work in the meantime, but it's nice to have cash flow, and so far the work's been pretty fun. Yeah. Okay, so, oh yeah, whoa, my tracking just went nuts. So, I'd like to mention that, Alex, who has been watching the Twitch streams, ever since finding, my channel, has been promoted to moderator. So, they'll be, zapping spam bots on site. I have no idea what's going on with my hair physics right now, and this has been a long time problem, but I'm just gonna toggle the hair physics off. Okay. Yeah, hair's frozen. Okay, so, yeah, let's see, random projects. Okay, so, my cat, JJ, has learned how to open my, like, thingy where I hide my, spools of wires and cables and stuff. Well, wires, technically. So, yeah, that's something I definitely want to work on, is a little latch to, stop him from doing that, because he's cute, but he chews on the wires, and that's not good for probably both him and the wires. So yeah, I'm gonna be working on that. I actually posted a video on my Discord server, which, yeah, you can join at discord.pearlgray.io. I'm pretty sure the links are in both Twitch and YouTube. Okay, let me set my screen resolution. Yeah, I have a little, script to, set my ultra-wide screen resolution to, 1080p. Well, technically not 1080p, more like, just 16:9, but I think it's like, 2560 by 1400, something like that. 1440, something like that. But yeah, oh, it would be good to have a Discord command on Twitch. Yeah, actually, I'll just post the link in. Hopefully, it'll post in both of the thingies with the restream chat. Discord.pearlgray.io. But yeah, let me show the video of my cat. Let's see, avatar view. Okay, cool. Yeah, so, and I also have a stack of filament because, I'm actually out of space in my proper dry storage for filament. And then I realized I have, like, a bunch of spools that, like, have like, only 100 grams or so left, so I also took all of those out, and I'm trying to, like, use them all up. But yeah, and yes, he has knocked over that stack, and I do need to find a better place for it. But, yeah, so, I have a bunch of acoustic panels all over my studio, slash home office slash workshop, because, yeah, I'm in a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, condo. No, I just combined 2 words, a condo. Apartment condo, and, yeah, so we have the bedroom, and then we both have, like, our own, like, home offices and stuff, and it's doing a lot of work. So yeah, I have acoustic panels over the place, but that takes up valuable wall space, which can be used for storage. So this is actually modified to hold wires behind it. But yeah, my cat JJ, he figured out that he can like...
Dude, stop chewing on that.
He can grab those wires. I'm just gonna play this a lot because he's really cute, but he's really naughty. But he's very, very cute.
Dude, stop chewing on that. Dude,
but yeah, this is cute behavior, but it's also naughty behavior. And yeah, we have to kind of stop that from happening. So I guess if I go find a good point to pause, which there's probably a pun I could have worked in there with respect to JJ's kitty paws, and pausing the video. But anyway, so if you see, yeah, you can see that mouse cursor spinning around. So yeah, that little offset so that like it closes parallel instead of like kind of at a weird angle. I'm probably going to be adding a little latch to that so that he can't open that up and get a lot of reach for the spools of wire. Yeah, I mean, he's still going to be able to paw at them, but not as far. And I'm also going to be adding a bunch of holes where there are not any holes at the moment into the spools of wire, so that's just another kind of like layer of defense against that. But yeah, he does love to chew on wires. Fun fact, he is also standing on the electrical, what's a word for it? Not sure if assembly or doppelganger are the right words for it, but the thing he's standing on is actually a one-to-one electrical equivalent of the BattleBot Bloodsport, which I'm a team member of, just miniaturized, but that's actually what I use as a test bench for telemetry stuff. And I might be working on that on stream. Yeah, I should probably just clear that with the team to make sure that that's, like, cool and not giving away too many secrets and not violating any, like, NDAs or something with BattleBots. I don't think it is, because they're pretty chill with those rules, but I just want to make sure. But, yeah, so, yeah, I guess that's the first project, is gonna be working on, well, not sure if that's gonna be first, but that's gonna be one of the projects, is working on that. On the little latch so that he can stop doing that. Oh, and you know, actually maybe adding like a little thing on the bottom too, just so that he can't reach his paws in there, would also help. So yeah, kitty proofing the that acoustic panel door thing with the wires. That's gonna be a thing. Okay, let's see. What else is on the to-do list? Let me check my notes. I always write notes before stream so I can remember what to actually talk about. Oh yeah, totally random, but like, I got super duper duper into the game Terra Invicta, which is like, it's kind of like part grand strategy on Earth and also like part 4X in space. And very much a spreadsheet simulator thing. Where there's like 7 factions on Earth, and there's the first signs of alien life are discovered, and they are intelligent, and they've crashed on Earth. And so, yeah, so this is humanity reacting to the aliens, and instead of playing as like a country, you actually play as a faction out of 7 factions. There is Humanity First, which is an extremist faction, and they will just kill any aliens on sight, as well as people that like them. There's the Resistance, which is kind of like the standard main character type, honestly kind of Mary Sue-ish faction. And they're pretty much exactly what it says on paper. They just resist the alien invasion, but they don't really go as far as to like also want to kill everyone that likes aliens. They're just like, yo, just get off our lawn. Just let us live. Stop trying to control us. And then there is the initiative, which is basically a bunch of like billionaire assholes that are trying to profit off of this. And they're shitty. And then there is Project Exodus, which is some rich dude who is not the same as the initiative, who wants to make a ship just to get the fuck out of the solar system. And so, yeah, they're like, stop wasting time on Earth, just get the fuck out faster than the aliens can catch us. There is the Protectorate, which is like, oh yeah, the aliens are way too powerful, don't even try, like, just give up, let's just negotiate, not even negotiate, let's just find a way to let the aliens let us live by surrendering. And then there's the Servants, which are like a cult that worships the aliens and want to ascend to them and think that the aliens are going to solve everything on Earth. And then there's the Academy, which is a group that wants to negotiate with the aliens to prove that humanity is equal to them, without necessarily trying to kill off the aliens, but would rather do diplomacy. And so you control a bunch of like countries and stuff, or at least you control parts of countries. You can control entire countries too, but like you get partial control and then full control of different countries. And you can set policies, you can exploit them for resources, or you can build up their education levels, you can change their government and whatever. And then there's the space part where you go off and you make a bunch of habitats in orbit and on land on different planets and moons and comets and asteroids and stuff. And then, yeah, you just use that to get resources, build up your base of ships, fight aliens, fight other factions, and achieve your faction's goals, which are different for every single faction. Like, what is it? Try not to give story spoilers, but like, basically, yeah, I guess the ones that are on paper make sense. Like, the Academy, if you successfully find a way to get the aliens to respect you and to go the diplomatic route, that's your win condition. If you're Resistance and you kick the aliens out of the solar system, that's it. That's just your win condition. Some of the other ones have like a bit more complicated ones, and I can't really give them away because that's story spoilers, and a lot of people care about story. So yeah, but it's a really cool game. But also a single run takes like 120 hours or so. But I'm really glad I finally wrapped up my first like real run, because my first run as the tutorial, it was as a Resistance, and I realized I completely fucked that up, and so I gave up, and I started a new run as Project Exodus, since I heard it was a lot easier to win as that one, and it seemed like a good tutorial kind of faction to like learn the ropes on. But yeah, I also set all the human settings to like 5 times research, 5 times build speed, 5 times mining output, while the aliens still had their stock ones. So that was just kind of a cheat run to kind of learn most of the game system. So I don't consider that like a real win. And I finally won. I went back to Resistance, and I finally won, and that took forever. Like, the game starts, you can start in 2022 or 2026, and I think there's a scenario to start like in 2075 or something, way ahead in the future, just for like if you want to skip all the Earth stuff and just like manage space fleets. But yeah, that's a thing. I think I won my Resistance game in 40 years or so, so I think 45 years. 2070, I think, was the year that I won. But yeah, okay, so that's Terra Invicta. It's really fun, but it's also been taking up a lot of my time. But I finally won my first game of it, my first real game of it, on Friday. So I'm putting that game away so I can actually work on projects and stuff and not kill my sleep schedules, because it's like super easy to do like one more turn. But yeah, okay. So, let's see, went over allergies, I went over, Alex, promoted, went over my first contract, went over Terra Invicta. Oh yeah, projects. And I might as well kind of clean my workbench at the same time, because it's a mess, and I need that to clean before I can actually work on stuff. So, oh yeah, there's my notes. Okay, so anyway, let's see. Yeah, there's the... Did I move the... Okay, cool, I moved the medicine bottle, because, like, that's self-docs. But yeah, you can see the workbench is really fucking messy, so, we're gonna be cleaning that, I guess, while I talk about, like, projects and stuff. Okay, so yeah, you can see the stack of wires, and these actually already have the holes in them, so I can just do that, but these ones don't have the holes, so I need to definitely do that. Okay, let me go put the, partial, combat robot away. Doop. Yeah, that's another thing, is that JJ chewed up the wires on this, but I don't think I was going to use any of the existing electronics in her anyway. I think I was going to change literally everything out, except the ESCs. So, yeah, all that wiring is going to go away anyway. Alright. You can't see it, but I am putting a tripod away. The tripod that I originally set up for, Ritsuko, turn off your wake word.
Copy that. I'm disabling the wake word now, so I'll only listen when you explicitly trigger me. Switching to push-to-talk mode.
Thanks.
No problem. I'm here if you need anything else.
It's kind of funny. She assumes she has push-to-talk mode, but she doesn't. She can be triggered by me asking her to turn back on the wake word, when I message her on Discord. But yeah, that's a thing. It's so that now I can actually talk about her without her asking what's up, each time. But yeah, okay. So, tripod's folded up. I'll put it in the bag later. Okay, let's see. Oh, I have, like, medicine packets on here. Doop. Let me just keep the trash can open. Let's see. Is that a decent enough angle to work with? Yeah, sure. This thing's getting kind of loose. I need to tighten that up a bit. Okay. Let's see. Just gonna go put all of the spools of stuff I need to modify or tighten up just in the corner. Oh yeah, so, what's it called? What's that project's name? Drink Stream, the forced hydration machine. And I'm still not sure if I'm gonna call it Drink Stream, because that just sounds a little too, like, corporate product-ish. Because, like, I guess the pun is kind of nice, because, like, it's a drink thingy, and there's streams of water, and, yeah, there's streams of water, and, it's used on live streams, but, like, I don't know, it just feels kind of too corporate. So, maybe not that name, maybe something kind of funnier. Okay, that's nasty. That drink has been there for, like, a week or something. Okay, cool, that has not been on for a literal week. That would have been kind of scary. Let's unplug it. Now the nice thing about that hot glue gun, and I think I mention it every single time, but I just can't get enough of that feature. I picked a hot glue gun that has an automatic turn off thing after like 30 minutes, because I'm so bad about leaving it plugged in. So yeah, this thing just stays plugged in, and it's once you push the trigger a little bit that it turns itself on, and like it's also a hot glue gun anyway, so it's not really that dangerous to just kind of like leave going on, I guess. VR headset. You go up there. Studio headphones. I'll go put you with the tripod to put away later after the stream. Okay, so these Beats Studios, not gonna lie, I'm pretty sure that if high school me knew that I bought Beats, they'd be like, what the fuck? Because at the time, Beats were like super horribly over bassy and were extremely overpriced and were like super duper fragile and stuff with like the crappy plastic that they used, yet it was still like $300. But in defense of Beats, that was when they first came out, when they had that Dr. Dre sponsorship. And they were owned by Monster, and Apple has owned them for like a decade now, I think. And with that Apple ownership, it gets like first class integration into like iPads and iPhones, which I am a user of. And yeah, that means that the Bluetooth isn't flaky. It has all those nice little touches built into the OS, which I guess it's kind of cheating because Apple owns both the phone and the operating system and the headphones, but I guess that's just vertical integration for you. But yeah, and honestly, the sound quality, like for Beats these days, is like it's not gonna be like studio production quality, but it's more than good enough for casual listening. And I also don't really think that accuracy is that important if you're just commuting or if you're just like using it for like on the go or in the office. It's more important that it's like comfy and that it's reliable of a connection, and that active noise canceling works well. And honestly, I think that Apple has the best active noise canceling in the game. I got like some Bose QC3s for a trip, just because I get worried about using my AirPods Pros like on planes, because like if one of them falls on my ear, then I don't want to fall out like in a plane where I can like barely move in the seat and stuff. I'm trying to find the Loctite thingy that this is the cap for. Oh, there it is. And like surprisingly, because I thought that like Bose was supposed to be like the market standard, but the Bluetooth connection was just really crappy. So I don't know what was up with that, but I returned it, and apparently I forgot what tier of Beats that is, but apparently those ones are kind of the middle range option, like not as expensive as like the AirPod Pro Max or whatever they are, the big chunky boys, but still pretty good quality and still gets like that first class Apple support because it's a first party product. So yeah, it works well. The active noise canceling is fantastic. I don't use it for like music production and stuff. That is what my I showed the other ones. That is what my AKG K702s are, which, by the way, the model of headphones that Mio wears and Kaon are the AKG K701s, and that may or may not have influenced my decision to pick those two, on top of knowing that AKG is just a really solid brand for studio monitoring. But yeah, that's a thingy. So yeah, Beats, they're honestly not terrible these days. That's just a reputation that they earned from like audiophiles and Redditors back in like 2010 when I was in high school. And for streamer standards, I'm old. So yeah. Okay. These are some PCBs that I designed for Buddy. Got paid for them too, but yeah. They apparently worked on the first try, so that's good. And then he hired me again to make V2 of it, so I guess that's good, because that means he was happy with my job the first time. Let's see. Woo! Okay. Spatula for 3D prints. Should probably test this out, but I'm pretty sure this was like oh, there's a light on this. I should use that. Yeah. I think it's busted, and I do need to order a new set of, what's it called? Buck converters, anyway, because I'm running low on those, and to be honest, those ones that I just showed, they're just not reliable at this point. I've used them for enough projects to determine that they're just... I definitely can't trust them in robot combat, and, yeah. I mean, it was like 20 of them for like, $15 or so. But I should probably spend a bit more on the power converters, considering that my products don't work if they don't get power. Okay, just gonna take out the hardware on here. Just put it in a big-ass pile. Plus whatever little thingies of wire. And then I'm just gonna roll this up and dump all that shit in the trash. Yeah, I have no idea if this whole, like, let's clean the workbench for, like, 30 minutes to, like, 45 minutes before actually doing the projects is, like, a good idea or not. I'm still trying to, like, calibrate that, especially since it looks like most of my viewership has moved from, YouTube to Twitch, so that's kind of a bit of a different meta. Like, I was kind of more focused on, like, when I was focused on YouTube on, like, kind of trying to keep, like, a stricter structure and, like, make it, like, more episodic and stuff, since, like, I noticed that, like, YouTube VTubers, they kind of stay on topic with a specific stream, and, like, to the point where they make their own, or they make, like, a separate entry for a stream and tell people to, like, okay, let's go to this video now for this thing. But then on Twitch, it's a lot more loosey-goosey. But honestly, that kind of also takes away a lot of the stress of, like, having to plan a stream out, I guess. Or be like, okay, which of my 5 active projects I'm actually gonna do? Not to mention, I also don't have to worry about thumbnails for Twitch, but have to for YouTube. So, I don't know. I have no idea how the algorithm works in its magical ways, because right now it's been rewarding me on Twitch, but has been pretty bad on YouTube, even though I haven't, like, changed anything, and it was previously working well on that. So yeah, I mean, maybe I should have more fun with it and not be, like, super duper concerned with what the magical algorithm wants. But at the same time, if more of my viewers are on Twitch than on YouTube, I feel like that I should probably make my format more Twitch friendly, compared to focus on making it more YouTube friendly. Yeah. But something that I do like is that with Twitch, I feel like I've kind of started to actually find, like, a community of like, other, maker VTubers and stuff. Because, I wasn't really meeting anyone via YouTube, but then on Twitch, I think it was, yeah, I got rated by Sparks Maker, and then I found a bunch of other, maker VTubers, that I've been tuning into and interacting with. So that's been pretty nice. Do I have any paper towels here? Paper towels. Ugh, did any fall behind here? They did not. Okay, I'm gonna go get a roll of paper towels real quick. Doop, doop, doop. Okay, I am back. Let's see if my trackers will make it back online. Which ones do? Okay, head is good. Both arms are good. Both legs are good. Okay, cool. Yeah, I like to work on projects in the background while, like, watching other streamers stream. But, like, right now my focus has been on, like, speech to text and text to speech and, like, other audio processing, and I'm like, I can't work on that while watching other streamers. That, or, like, when I was producing music, it's like, I can't make music while listening to other streams, especially if they have background music, too. But yeah, once we knock out that speech to text stuff, I think I could probably start tuning in again instead of working in relative silence, unless whatever project I'm working on is being active. Just realized that this pure IPA is totally gonna kill my fingernails, but they're already looking pretty bad anyway, so that's whatever. And there's shit underneath here. Okay, that is clean. Clean enough anyway. Something I'm not too happy about with my workbench thing, because, like, I think between, like, shortly after I debuted, YouTube that is, I had a trip, I had like a 2-week trip to Germany, so I decided to take that time while I'd be away from home to paint and add some, like, polyurethane finish to the workbench, so it'd dry completely by the time I got back. I guess cure completely, technically. But, like, the oil-based polyurethane is pretty impenetrable to basically anything, I guess, except maybe, like, some specialist solvents and probably acetone. But yeah, the water-based stuff, though, it gets sticky when IPA touches it, so I can't really use it to clean up the workbench. Yeah. But I also upgraded to this really, really big mat, which, is like, I want to say that's probably like maybe 18 inches by 30 inches. That's like, what, just under a meter by about, I think, half a meter? Yeah, that sounds about right. So yeah. Okay, I think the workbench is clean enough. Oh wait, let me actually just sort out my tools versus my parts shelves a bit. Put away the JST-XH connectors and this heat shrink wrap. Okay. You're a tool. You are a tool. I'm gonna put you away. Keep you on here. put you up here. Close you first. And then put you up here. That's not enough. Okay, what about now? Okay, cool. What is this? Oop. That's my resume. You guys not see that? And I got the job for that resume too. Oh, I should probably talk about at some point my resume optimizer. Because yeah, the job market's brutal, and if you can use any advantage that you can, you should. Job market for security, not security, for software engineers. So yeah. I think that, like, the obvious thing is that, like, most candidates and HR departments too, because you also gotta fight them, are using AI. But most people that are using AI to, like, make resumes are probably doing it the dumb way of, like, just putting in their resumes and asking it to like, write it or something. And, like, then I'll just, like, hallucinate and, like, write stuff you didn't actually do and, like, embellish the truth and stuff. And then I'll be like, it says on your resume that you got the Nobel Prize in I don't know, Twitch streaming. And then you're like, So, what I did was that I wrote a resume optimizer. It does not let the AI, it uses AI, but it does not let the AI write the resume for it, at least directly. So what it does is, you pass in a bank of, like, sentences that you would use for, like, for like, job A, and you'd pass, like, 10, 20 different sentences in it about what you did, or, like, specific accomplishments in it or something. And you'd have, like, a sentence bank for, like, every job, every project, and whatever, and also a skills bank that you write for, like, every single skill that you would put on a resume. And then what the AI optimizer does is that it reads the job posting and actually determines, based off the job posting, what the most relevant sentences are and what the most relevant skills are. And it returns back those in order, like the best ones and in order. Now, another problem, though, is that if you just ask AI, hey, here's a bunch of things, tell me which ones are the best ones, it'll still make up sentences for you. And that's obviously suboptimal. So, instead of it being like, okay, return back the sentences, instead every sentence, every skill is assigned a number, an ID number, and I just tell it, return back the numbers of the skills and the sentences that best fit this job application. So it's not even allowed to write, like, solved world hunger and ended cancer and whatever. It's supposed to be like, okay, choose sentences 5 and sentences 8. And then traditional programming and algorithms take over and just look up what those are. And it can't make stuff up because it's just normalized programming. And then it constructs a resume, a PDF based off of the ID numbers chosen for each skill and each whatever. Yeah, it just makes the PDF, and then you have an optimized resume with sentences that you still wrote yourself. I mean, I guess you could have AI write it for you, and you could just review it, but, like, in the end, it has a list of approved sentences that it cannot make up shit for, and the worst case scenario, it picks the not so relevant sentences for you, but it's still at least the truth. And I ran it through, like, 20, 30 or so different job postings, and it was pretty darn good, and I think that passes the sniff test, because, yeah, if the occasional job posting resume doesn't actually hit, then I guess that's okay, because I'm gonna be applying to, like, hundreds of them anyway. But yeah, that's my resume optimizer that is not allowed to hallucinate, and make up stuff. And I think it's been working pretty well. The weird part, though, is that I think job interviews are more interested in talking about Optimizer than in the resume itself. But yeah, that was, I think, my first real, like, AI project. And it does its job. It shows that I don't blindly trust whatever the hell the AI outputs, because it's stupid. Ooh. Alright, I think that this desk, or this workbench, is clean enough now. I have no idea why this is hanging out right here. I prefer to use trackball mice when I'm on the go. Like, I use, like, normal, like, this is my normal mouse. Is that, like, my normal computer desk? But, I like to use the trackball ones when I'm on the go, because there is no need for a proper surface. It'll work on anything. If there is no surface, I can use it on my thigh or something. So yeah, that's what I like about those. And I kind of grew up on them too, because, yeah, I don't know why I even tried it out, but we did for some reason, and I just got used to it, so I've been used to them since I was a kid. Alright, so let's actually clean this up. I guess first I want to show the water project. So off stream, I started to get like an interface in for this. So you can see that's not perfect at all yet. There are squares in places where there should be icons. I actually don't hate like the simplistic like rectangle look though of like the buttons and the sliders though. And it also flickers and it also lags, but it does work. And that's important at least. And I was having a problem where the water, when it be poured, at the end, there's like a 5-10-ish% chance that the machine would like reboot itself. But I thought that if I would add capacitors, like some big fat capacitors to the power supply, that would help stabilize it. And it didn't work at first, but now it does. So my theory is that because this is pretty low amperage compared to like, I know, like a combat robot or like a drone or something, which is what the capacitors I bought were meant for, it probably takes a while for them to actually charge up to the point that they can actually stabilize a circuit. Whenever power just gets disrupted or something, whenever the pump does its thing. But once it's plugged in for a while, it actually works pretty well. But yeah, we do like a manual pour. And Alexa, lights off. Yeah, let me go turn the brightness of this as low as possible. Okay, there. Yeah, and the LEDs are looking pretty nice in it. I might as well drink a glass of water anyway, so let me just pour this all the way up. Yeah, when it's totally full, this changes to like a different shade of blue, and this illuminates completely white. But yeah, we need to fix the flickering on this. I still need to make sure that like I still need to make sure that it is like actually stable. There are particles floating in here, but whatever, I'll still drink it. But yeah, green means it's ready and has no water in it. Yellow means that there's no glass and that needs to be put on. And then camera can't reach, so I have to just move it over. So on the display itself, this purple icon means Twitch is connected, TwitchBot is connected. Red means that the YouTube relay is connected. This blue one means that Wi-Fi is connected, and so that's supposed to be a Wi-Fi symbol, it's supposed to be a YouTube symbol, and that's supposed to be Twitch logo. And then yellow is supposed to be a clock for the timeout, and blue is supposed to be a water droplet for how much it fills. It says standard mode, but the only mode is standard. And then there's a manual pour button, but we have a touchscreen working. Okay, Alexa, lights on. Alexa, lights on. Yeah, and so I thought that USB was just not able to provide the power that this needed, so I added a 12-volt barrel jack, but even that was having issues. So I guess that now I can just take either USB-C or barrel jack as power input. But the nice thing is that the ESP32 exposes its USB data lines, so I don't even have to open this up to reprogram. I can just plug into here and reprogram it. So that's really nice for the velocity on this. But yeah, I'm not going to be able to solve the flickering stuff this stream, but what I did want to add was just a little thing to where, like, every 30 minutes or so, it would just say, you can, like, if no one's redeemed it, it would just say, oh, you can call Hydrate to force Pearl to drink some water. Yeah, I think that would be pretty cool. Yeah. So that was just a little thing I wanted to jam in today. I think first though, I want to get this off of my desk because it's just really bothering. But first, actually, we should design the latch that I've been talking about wanting to have. So let's switch over back to Fusion 360. I say back to Fusion 360 as if I opened it up ready, but I didn't. So this was actually the first time this session that we were doing Fusion, and I see lots of people complaining about this, like, AI assistant thing, and whatever. If I don't use it, I just close it out. Okay. So, yeah, let's see. As first, I'm gonna go refill my drink. When did I start the stream? Wow, it's been almost an hour since I started the stream. Wow, I've just been yapping. Just like my Oshi, who takes an hour before actually starting the stream. I mean, if y'all have interacted with me on Discord or seen the screenshots of, or just pictures that I post in my computer setup, it's pretty obvious who my Oshi is. Hold on. Looking for a thingy. Where did I put it? Whatever, yellow. Alright, so how is this thing gonna work? Honestly, I mean, I could just use, like, compliant mechanisms or such, but that feels like a lot of iteration I don't want to do right now. And what I do have a lot of are a ton of springs. So let me go grab my box of springs. And we can just kind of get a feel by vibes of which one is probably appropriate for this thing. Yeah, that's a good amount of springs assortment. This would be way too overkill. And that's just way too loose. That's a little too strong. That's a good one. Now let's... That one's also pretty good. I think at some point this had dividers, but I'm not sure. That is surprisingly stiff. That one's good. Yeah, it's the same thing as that one, though. This one's pretty good. This one might be better. More cat-proof. But yeah. Okay, so we have like some candidate springs here. Bloop, 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 bloop. Okay, so I'm just gonna go take some pictures. Does my iPad have... Sweet, my iPad has some juice. Okay, so I'm just gonna go take some pictures and post them on my Discord server as reference material. Okay, some pictures taken. Let's go to Discord. Discord. Go to my server. And post the pictures in one blurry picture and cat picture. Let me retake that blurry picture. Okay, cool. Alright, so that is posted, and I'll get this iPad started to charge again. And I'll just be floating around taking some measurements of the thingy first. Okay, so let me go. It's kind of... Normally I'd have this on another monitor, but because I'm streaming, I'm gonna have to like split it on. Wow, that is laggy. That should not be that laggy, but it is. Okay. Try to hide that panel there. Okay, y'all can see that, right? Yeah, you can. Yeah, normally I'd have this reference thing on like my other monitors, but y'all should be able to see it too. Okay, so this thing is just pretty simple. I don't even care about modeling that stuff back here. I only care about this region here. So yeah, it's just kind of like an L shape. And let me go get my calipers out and start taking some measurements. Alright, so we've got 25.25 for some reason. And we've got 8.4. This was printed like... This was made like literally probably like 4 or 5 years ago, so I think that's probably just my printer not being as accurate as it could be. Okay, you are about 52 millimeters, and we'll just get kind of like overall depth. 52 and 115. Okay, and the thickness of this is 45. Okay, and I'm just gonna spitball these numbers. I don't even have a good way to like measure fillets anyway. It's a little too big. Let's go with maybe... Yeah, that's probably good. Yeah, that looks right to me. Match that up. Okay, and then let me get measurements when this is closed. Okay, 1 so when this is closed, 24-ish millimeters. And let me go change the reference image. That is a 1/4 inch wood, which I think is like 6.35 millimeters. And I can also measure it. Oh no, it's actually 3/8. So that's 8 millimeters. Okay. I don't think I'm gonna... Because, like, there is that foam, but it's not perfectly attached, and it's pretty soft. So I think we're gonna bypass the foam, actually. And the offset of that is about 13 millimeters. It's not the exact. Let's give it a bit of room, and let's make it 13.5. Or probably, actually, let's just do 14. Alright, and this number doesn't matter, so I'm going to spitball it at 100. And it almost lines up. It's off by like 5 millimeters-ish. So, let's see. Offset, -5. And this can just be like -100. Okay, so we have this. The foam is being ignored. Alright, let's maximize this. Okay, so... let's see, let's actually make this part smaller than it probably actually is. So what's 5 is, it's definitely bigger than 5, so let's make it 5. Because if we're gonna make something that kind of hugs it, then like it should kind of ignore, it should be able to account for if that's a little bit mismeasured. Okay. So how's this gonna work? Thinking. Because it'd be nice if we didn't have to do anything to close it, but we had to do something to open it. Oh yeah, it has to be this way around, I guess. Okay, so I think something here, and then like, I'm just gonna look up like spring-loaded latch designs. Or, you know, this was actually a really good use of, like, Chatty G. Actually, I don't want you to see my, chats with her. Is, like, asking things that you don't know the word of. Okay, what is the word design name for a type of latch, gate latch, physical, not logic, electronics, LOL, that you can close just by pushing it with a bit of resistance, but it will not open until you actually mess with the mechanism, i.e. can lazy close takes intent to open. And I can hide my existing chats. Okay, okay. What do you say, Chatterjee? What's it called? What's it called? Self-latching gate latch? It's a bit complicated, but I had a feeling we'd have to make something kind of like that shape. Although it uses gravity instead of spring. Self-latching latch. Is that the actual name for it? Yes, it is. Okay. I guess maybe that actually is the easiest design to do. Okay, let's go with something like that. Okay, okay. So, actually, let's color these in. Let's hit A for appearance. And let's just set this to white and set the other to black. I don't actually care about how, oh, what the hell? Why did that switch the color of that? I don't care about the actual material being correct. Because that doesn't matter right now. Paint. Black. Okay, close enough. I actually want like a flat black. Whatever. Okay, okay. So, yeah, let's, I guess, just go with something simple. Don't need to overthink it. Let's just have something that, just takes like 4 screws or so. It's 4 simple wood screws. Okay, so this is already at the midpoint. So let's have that go there. Can symmetricalize that. And I kind of feel like probably 12mm thickness is chunky enough for this. And then let's give this, let's actually make it kind of even with that. Oh, actually, it'd probably be better just to... Oh, yeah. Okay, okay, that's the move. Alright, so... Oh, wait, let's add the screw holes while we're here anyway. That's weird, it doesn't want to be perpendicular. Now it does. Now it doesn't. Whatever. Okay. Try to make that like, I don't know, 8. Make that like, what the hell? That is not perpendicular. Okay, let's make that like 8. I realized I could have just used the offset tool. Oh well. Let's actually make that like 6. Oh. Let's go with 30 for that. Okay, let's make that That's right. That was one of the things I don't like about Fusion is, it's pretty poopy about trying to select different regions. Okay, let's offset this, like... This is like a pretty poopy cheat, but whatever. And then, let's make that... 5.5. So, almost a perfect circle, but not quite. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of ugly, but it'll work. I'm gonna make it a little less ugly. Cool. Okay, so... actually, I want this to be extended further. I'm lazy. Just gonna rip. I can't do that. Okay, we're just gonna extend you to that face. Okay, cool. You know, actually, let's make it go a bit further than that. Go 15. And then here, this is one of my little tricks I like to do. Is, if something is kind of suspect to, getting snapped off because it's just, like, sticking out like that much, I like to add a bolt that just goes all the way through the thing, and just see if that's, like, a sane. Yeah, 64, I have bolts that are long enough for that. I have like a chart of M5 bolt dimensions and M4 bolt and M3 bolt dimensions on my wall. So if I'm doing this, I'm just looking at that. Okay, cool. Let's get that printed now. Let's make a new folder, a new project called cat latch, or cat-proof latch. Where'd you go? Where did it go? I literally just made it. Here we go. Okay, and let's give it a silly color. Yellow. Good enough. Okay. And you know, let's actually add a fillet. Or chamfer here, I guess. Egg chamfers. Okay, so that's a thingy that the thingy is gonna do the thingy on. 3D print you. It's not actually gonna be yellow IRL, that's just what I picked. Alright, Bamboo Studio. Hold on, let me go text my dad, because I said that I'd be done with the stream at like 5, but I'm like, more like 6. Okay, just finished texting. Okay. I never update. I probably should, but whatever. It's okay. Oh gosh, what the fuck was that? That's a weird auto orientation. What was that really? Oh my gosh. Normally the Bamboo Studio audio orientation is pretty good, but that's wild. I've never seen that. Okay. Let's see. What filaments have I loaded? I have a bunch of PLAs. I'll just use black PLA, why not? Okay. Slice that plate. Let's actually make it stupid strong. I'll just crank that shit up to like 8, and 8, and it doesn't matter about that much, but whatever. Let's go, I don't know if it's pronounced gyroid or gyroid or whatever, but we're doing that. Okay, 30 minutes, cool. Nothing's on the print bed. We are good. 30 minutes to design the latching mechanism. And let's just cross-section to, wow, that's basically solid print except for what we're going on here. Okay, whatever. Alright, so self-latching latch thing. Okay, so the receiver thing's static, and then we have like a funny thing that actually moves around, and the pivot point is at the center right behind it. Sure, that could be optimized, but it's okay, it's fine. And let's just copy its homework. Sticking out. Why do they stick out that much? I don't think it has to stick out that much. I think it's just sticking out that much because it's easier to manufacture by just bending metal. And let's see if there's some 3D printable designs that are a bit more efficient. Guess not. I guess everyone just wants to copy what the normal off-the-shelf ones are. That one does not look like it self-latches when it could. You know, we're just gonna copy that homework, because why not? If it works, it works. Okay, so the plane reference is from here. Got it. Okay, so construction that. How do I want to do this? Construction, horizontal. 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 Okay, yeah, that... Oh no, that does not lock it in. Let's just... I don't want it to be, like, equal constraints. For some reason that feels fragile. Let's just do that. Let's set this to, like, really close, but not exactly close. Okay, 1... Okay. And then let's project that on there. Just so that we can get a center point. You know, we could actually just project this whole entire thing anyway. Yeah, let's just make this tangent. We probably don't have to worry about it. Yeah, we do. Okay, is there any other way this needs to be constrained? Nope, that looks pretty reasonable now. Okay, cool. Let's get those lined up. And now that basically just controls that. And I don't want that to be too pointy, so let's set this to be like 5. And then, yeah, we can control this stuff here. Something just doo-dooped. I think that if we kind of go with, like, minimum of, 12-ish, that should be strong enough. Okay. Let's actually offset. Yeah, let's actually offset this just by a bit. delete these lines so that the offset is not confused. Maybe it would have been easier to actually just make that a circle, but it's too late. Where's the trim setting? Isn't there like a power trim or something? Whatever. What if we didn't change the selection? What if we just did this man? Alright, we're back. You know, we don't have to do that midpoint shift, we can just make that even. Okay, cool. There we go, there we go. Now we can make that tangent and still have some space. We should probably do it on the other one. Whoa, that made that angry. Oh. That also needs to be... There we go. We're constrained now. Fully defined. Okay, so I can make that like... Let's make that full 30. Oh. What did it merge with? How did it merge? Oh. Let's offset that then. Offset by, I don't know, maybe 5 is probably good. And then let's have this go to there, but offset by another 5. Yeah. Okay. And I'm just gonna straight up screw the thingy directly in. Oh, 40 is probably good. Have this go to that, but to object this offset by, let's go with 0.01. Sweet. Okay, so that's gonna be where it couples in, I guess. Oh, we forgot to those little corners. There we go. Okay, so we have the receiver part, and then now we have to do the latch part. Which... See, I'm not sure if that actually works the way I think it does. Self-latching gate video. Oh shit, there's a spammer.
This is Nancy that fixed this house, and this is a gate there. So we've got this
spring
here, like so.
So basically, you're saying you want the gate.
Same thing. Can I have that piece? Let me see the piece you took off. So it's right all the way down here. So the piece he took off is this, right here. This is back
Thank
here,
you.
and it flipped up and down. Oops.
He zapped. He zapped the spammer.
And then the part that I bought that came in here, this gravity latch. So that's at least okay. So take the
Lined up.
solid.
Can you hold the door slightly open?
Yeah. Those hinges are gonna.
It's all good. I didn't have to do it myself, so it's working as intended. Self-latching gate. Okay, so just trying to confirm, because that geometry does not look like it actually opened itself. Oh, I see. I think I see. Okay, so that confirms that the pivot point is in there. Like, I guess as long as there's some kind of, diagonal edge, then it'll wiggle its way in. Yeah, let's just copy that then, I guess. You know, we might need that to be a bit longer, I think. Yeah, let's go 20. Looks like that's a number that we can adjust anyway, so... yeah. Okay, let's make that 5. So make that 5. Let's make that, why not 5? Let's make this one actually 2.5. Sweet. Alright, so subtract that, and we only want to cut that. Okay. 2.5 plus an F5. That's pretty good, yeah. Halfway-ish. Let's just go 4. We'll just use an M4 screw for that. Cut through that. Okay. And then I guess it's just designing the shape of the thing for that. Let's project that, just that we kind of know where we're working with. Let's actually increase that distance. I don't feel like being scientific about it, I'll just eyeball it. Well, 8.5 feels like it's probably better. Okay. Screw it, I'll be scientific. That is 5.4. 5. Okay, so that's about 0.25. And do 8.25. Yeah, okay, that's actually even. Let's go with 11 on that, and then... project that. And then... yeah, just do that. So as long as this is diagonal and not like straight on, it should still be able to push it out. So Yeah, let's just have it at 30. That might be too fragile. Let's try 25. Yeah, that'll work. And then we'll just project the rest of this around. Offset that by some amount. Was that 0.1? Yeah, that was. Okay, I just want to look at the geometry of how most latches are doing it. There's a bit of a curve for some reason. I'm gonna emulate that just in case that is important. Meanwhile, I'll make sure that that is actually lined up there. And I'll also give this a bit of space. 0.5. Yeah, good enough. I don't really see a reason this has to be. Let's actually get rid of that and just do that. Okay, so just line that up to there, and then we can. Oh, right. This has to be actually move, so we can't have this actually go up vertically. Where did that come from? Okay, I'm just gonna eyeball this. And then we can just separate these out and just kind of wiggle around what the angle should be, I guess. Oh, you know what? What's the angle of this? It's almost 45 degrees. Is it a good assumption that this would need to be at least 45 degrees for it to clear? Okay, let's actually just pop this into Photoshop. Okay, Photoshop. How far are we on this print? 14 minutes. $20, 1080. I mean, there's nothing spicy on here anyway. Alright, so yeah, this is not what I should be doing with CAD, but whatever. This is so jank. But it's okay. Layer style. Color overlay. Let's make it purple. Okay, set opacity of that. And then, where's the anchor? The wanker. Rotate. Forgot that Photoshop now hides it by default. Okay. Yeah, 45 degrees is enough, barely enough, maybe not actually enough for it to clear. So let's just play it safe and make it like probably 50 degrees. And then let's print screen this again. This is such a bad workflow. I feel like there should be a way to do this without like making an assembly, but I can't think of it right now. Okay. So let's... Actually, we don't even have to cut out. Well, actually, might as well. Okay, copy, paste. Layer, color overlay. Opacity, 50-ish. Transform that, move the wanker over there. And yeah, 50 certainly clears it all completely. No issue. Yeah, let's go with just 48. Just add a little bit more beef to that. And let's tangent that. That's a little ugly, but no one's gonna see it in practice, so... And with this, we might not actually need the spring, although the spring could help. Where's the perpendicular thing there? Alright, cool. Let's just give this a bit of stick out so that we can actually interact with it. Hopefully not sticking out so much that the cat knows what to do with it, though. And... yeah, that looks all nice and clear to me. Okay, let's extrude this out. This needs the hole. Unconstruction here. Okay, so let's have you go from here to here with those other thingies. And let's have you start offset 0.2. And let's have you go to object, offset by -0.2. And why are you trying to cut? Let's turn off perspective. Okay. -0.2 didn't work the way I thought it would. But that should be a gravity latch. Let's round that out a bit. I don't think there's a need to round out that part. And then let's make it a bit less ugly. And then, let's see. Should be a bolt that goes across here. Keep it nice and simple. Honestly, I think I'm just going to directly thread the plastic, or thread the screw into the plastic. It's not going to be like anything that requires any, like, whatever you call the pull-out strength or whatever of a bolt in the thingy that's threaded into should be. So yeah, that should be fine. Just a little bit if it has problems or something. Cool. So yeah, if we hide this and hide that, should be able to get some direct access into screwing that, so. Let's add some screw holes on this face. Honestly, I think just one screw hole in the middle here works. Well, actually no, let's offset it because I don't want it to get in the way of our thingy. Well, actually no, we can just carve out a thing for it. No, let's keep it simple. Okay, so that's gonna be 4. And let's assume worst case scenario. The head is like 8 millimeters wide. I don't think it actually is gonna be that, but whatever. Okay, so construction, and let's make that 12. Let's make that 12. Whoa, not 2. Let's make that 12. And let's pull this back out. And then the other ones, you don't want them to line up in the same way. Actually just have 2 of them on that end, actually, if the other ones are offset. And then it won't have any chance of colliding with that hole. So let's have you at 10. Let's have you at 20 offset from that. Equal 4. Those holes will not collide. Goes all the way through. Sweet. And then, yeah. Okay, so that is not at risk of colliding. This one might be, though. But with 3 screws already, I think you might be sort of safe. I know, we could also just make a carve out here so that anywhere it pivots, it just leaves some room for that, so just hide literally every body except for that. And then here we can just do some vibes-based vibe in on that. Let's just take a slot. Center to center. Actually just put a thingy dividing that line, and then eight. And we'll just adjust this until it looks right, I guess. Heads are like no more than like 2. And we did have plenty of head room, I guess, with actually let's just go with 2.5, just to be safe. And then a bit of fillet here. Yeah. So that should keep it safe, I guess. And I don't like that edge, it's kind of ugly, so we'll just flatten it out. Smooth it out, that is. Okay, so it means that if we have a screw head here, then it should just recess into that without any fuss. That seems like it'll work to me, and if it doesn't, we'll just reprint. Yeah. Yeah, I think that should probably survive the onslaught of a cat. Okay, so let's see. Anything else here? I don't think I'm gonna care about putting like any like nuts in here. I think that's fine. Okay, let's export some bodies then. Reprint you. How much time do you have left? On the print, 2 minutes. Perfect timing. So we can install that. Well, I don't know. I think order of operations, we probably install this first and install that based off of where this is, and then install the funny thingy. And I know that these were all 4mm, so I'm just gonna use a drill to get this one's hole up to 4.5 so that it's like not frictiony, and add a bit of a PTFE lube to that too. And just maybe a little bit of PTF lube onto this edge. But, you know, we could actually totally just add some chamfers here just for aesthetics. I think 1.5 would be better with that. Yeah, that looks fine. Yeah, I'm actually gonna add some holes for, if we did want to spring-load it a little bit. Nah, I don't think we do that. You should know if this is fine, or if, the cat will figure it out. Cat. Okay. Print is almost done. I think in the meantime, we'll just coil up those wires. Yeah, might as well just do that now. Okay. These like super duper 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 thin wires. Oh, as soon as I start coiling it, it's actually done. Alright. Let's pull that off. Okay, it's off. Doesn't look like anything's wrong with it. That looks fine to me. Let's get the next one printed. We'll just keep it black because the whole thing's black. What's the best orientation to do this? Because this way I think it'll have the least amount of supports. But it might be prone to, it might be, you know, let's thicken it up. Okay, cool. That'll let us still be able to print it that direction, and it should be a bit less prone to cracking. So let's go with that. Reprint, and then we'll just need a little bit of support material on that top bit. And you know, we should actually, just for the smoothest edge, we could do this upside down. What the hell? Yeah, we could do that upside down and then use some tree supports. Don't want them to be in those holes. Okay, that looks good to me. An hour, okay. Well, we have other stuff to do. That'll be fine. And yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, that looks like it'll be fine to print. Cool. Okay, so this looks good. Set it aside. Let's just fix up these wires, I guess. And snip off any bits that feel like the cat chewed on them already. Maybe I'll just kind of like double up on that, just be safe. Okay, red is good. Black is good. Okay, what about blue? Surprise, I thought that I'd feel like a tip that the cat already chewed. JJ, why do you have to chew on them? Wire is not for cat, it's not for eat. Green has not been chewed on. Okay. Green is secure. I'll eat white. White has not been chewed on. And yellow. Yellow has not been chewed on. Okay, well that was easy. Doop, doop, doop. Alright, let me go put those back. Two, three, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and these ones, I don't know why they have holes here, but like, can't actually access them, so we're gonna have to drill those holes in. Thankfully, this is a very easy thing to drill holes into. So let's, 4.5. Nah, actually 4 should probably be good. To like double wrap it in, just because cat does cat things. Okay. Where's my little sacrificial drill board? Okay. The safest way to do this is actually like, let's go smaller actually. Let's go with maybe 3. I'll just measure it. Okay, 1.8. Yeah, let's do 3.5. I think it'd be easier too to just like, what was the word for it? For like when you just kind of pre-start a hole, not all the way in, but just like kind of pilot hole, I guess. Yeah. I don't actually know what plastic this is. We'll just assume it's something that's in the normal, like, 200 to 300-ish range. Okay. That's a little too close for comfort. Then again, if I just poke it through with the iron instead of with the drill, because it's like silicone, it won't actually fuck up the... I think I'll just use the iron instead of the drill. Yeah, let's just use the soldering iron only, actually, for making that hole. Just because I don't want, like, to... Because silicone insulation is totally fine if the hot iron touches it, but if a drill touches it, it'll get, like, tangled and, like, mangled and stuff. So we just do that, and that kind of keeps it sort of safe. Let's give it a bit more tail. And the cat can chew on just a bit of it, but not the whole thing, and unravel it. Yeah, I think that works for me. Two. And then we don't have to worry about these, like, awkward Velcro wrap things that it came with. Which I've never seen before. This is the first time I've seen wire come with anything like that. That was close. I almost poked myself. I think I actually did, but, like, it wasn't long enough to actually burn, but that was weird. Okay. I feel like I'm missing a roll of the thinner stuff, though. Oh no, not. This just has brown for some reason. It's a rare color for wire. You don't see that happen unless you have, like, the secondary color packs. Okay. This needs a bit more. I still don't know what plastic that is. I'm gonna guess, based off the temperature and the smell, that it's ABS. But I'm not 100% sure. Okay, is this the one? I think it was blue that that kitty cat chewed on. No, I don't feel any bite marks. Okay, white is definitely one he did, though. You can see that the bite mark very clearly there. off a chunk of white wire. Oh gosh, that's quite a bit, but yeah, that's where you can start to feel the cat marks on it. I know, I just don't want to, like, have a project I'm working on, and it's like, why is this not working? It's clearly connected. And then it turns out the continuity check fails only because cat chewed on it. Cat, 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 cat. Okay, and one more. Black, which has been getting significant usage because it's ground. If it runs out early, I might have to switch to brown for it. For ground. Okay. Let me just... There is the beginning of the cat stuff. There we go. Okay. Come on. There we go. Okay, cool. All of those are now thickened. Or not thickened. Why did I say thickened? I was probably just thinking because it's a thicker wire than the ones I was just working with. All of those are now secure. Okay, those are on the wall now. Okay, okay. What next? Scratching my belly. Yeah, I'll just toss that. Whew. Why am I tired? Oh, it's because I've been up since like 4 a.m. Okay, okay. I guess I'll add the thingy then that tells users that hydrate is a thing. Yeah, let's go do that. Okay. So I think every 30 minutes is probably a good amount of time. In case, like, if no one has redeemed it yet, or the last time that the message has been said. So let's define... Let's call it hydrate. Hydrate Twitch reminder. Cool down seconds. To whatever 30 times 60 is. That's like 1800, right? Yeah. Cool. Okay. And let's do... extern int last time hydrate remind hydrate command reminded, and let's set that to like whatever the hell the minimum you know, that doesn't matter, just set to like 99 whatever. Well, let's make that a long actually. Okay, long range C++. negative 2 billion to 2 billion. Okay, that is way smaller than 2 billion, so we're good. Okay, so let's get a loop. Remind, hydrate command, if needed. Void, remind, hydrate command, if needed. Void, remind, hydrate command, if needed. And then, let's see, what was the time thingy in, Arduino? Time in Arduino since, boot. It's millis. Okay, so, time since boot seconds is equal to millis divided by 1000. That seems right. And then if that is till you're off, okay, if time since boot seconds is greater than greater than hydrate touch reminder seconds plus last time hydrate command reminded, then let's make that seconds, and then send hydrate command reminder. We don't actually even have to do that. Where the hell did I post hydrate? Online? Water dispenser is online. It's literally just a single message. Okay, Twitch client, printf, private message, the channel. You can force Pearl to drink water by typing in hydrate. Actually, let's just escape that. Why is my avatar going nuts? Into Twitch or YouTube chat. A machine will dispense a glass of water for Pearl to drink. Why is my avatar doing that? Oh. It's probably because this thingy's in the way. Okay. That would probably fix some tracking. Doop doop doop. Okay, okay. Yeah. Let's see. Let me go and find the USB cable. Here one is. And we'll go, update this, but let's actually set the, no, actually let's keep it powered. Yeah, we can do both at the same time. You don't have to unpower it, because I don't want the, resistor to do funny thing, or not the capacitor to, like, be discharged, and then we'll have to build that up again. So let's set the cooldown to, 1 minute, actually, just for test. No, 30 seconds, I'm really impatient. Let's set it to, 30 seconds. No, let's set it at 20 seconds, actually. And let's see if this works. Come on, do COM16. Don't make me open it up, do COM16. That's okay. We're not using TFT SPI touch. We're just using it for the screen. Yay! COM16! Okay, so you should see the thingy spam it every 20 seconds now. The reminder. Cup detected. Please remove cup. Cup is removed. Water dispenser is online. I feel like it should have posted a message, though. Is it working? I don't think it's working. Do we even actually call it? We do. That's not working. It's been like way over 20 seconds. Okay. Let's just do some good old serial logging. Oh, wait a second. Wait, no, never mind. Oh wait, X turns aren't supposed to be defined there. Time sets boot. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, we have the time since boot thing working, which should be like super easy, but okay, let's actually define this though here somewhere. Serial.print last time. This is like stupid simple. I'm kind of embarrassed that this is not working right away. How are we doing on a 3D print? Halfway through. Okay, cool. Yeah. I guess we're just filling in time. Alright. Huh. Okay, I think it was just because I didn't define it correctly. Should get it again soon. Okay, I think it posted. Did it post? Yeah, it did. Well, it did in the logs, but it didn't post in, like, the actual chat, though. did that time. It skipped the second time. I wonder if there's like a cooldown on that. But I do wonder why it's not happening right away. Okay. We'll see if it skips it every other time, and maybe it's just like a bot control spam thing. Okay, it looks like it's just a spam control-y thing. So let's immediately set that to like where's the here. Let's upload before Twitch gets mad and bans my own bot from my own chat. Huh. Oh, right, we never actually set this to, that. And let's remove that typo also. Alright, let's go once again. Actually, let's just pause that for now. Just to give it a bit of time to not spam that. Alright, that should be good. Let's upload. Yay, comp 16! I don't have to open it up, yay! Okay. Wait a second. That doesn't seem right. That should definitely be tripping it. just like some weird data type shenanigans going on right now. What if we just set that to like something kind of sane, like just -1 hour? I have a feeling there's something going on with like integer overflow or something like that. Okay. Should trigger is 0. So apparently time since boot seconds is not larger. Apparently this positive number is not larger than this negative number. Let's rubber ducky this. Okay, we're converting millis, which is reliable-ish, to seconds. This is the same number. It's been about a minute since we uploaded that. Yeah, that looks fine to me. You're printing time since boot seconds, and that looks correct to me. Time since last hydrate command reminded seconds is initialized to, like, negative number. And I just confirmed it here. And it is a long. What's the... Wait a second. Long C++. I thought it's signed. Is it not signed? Yeah, it's not unsigned, so it's signed. So it should be negative. If it wasn't allowed to be negative, this should probably overflow or something. Okay, so Twitch, hydrate Twitch reminder cooldown seconds plus the last time it was. Wait a second. Yeah. The spacing is not where it should be, but we are getting negative 1800. Should trigger. Not true. But is this number, time since boot, which is positive over a negative number? Yes, it is. So why is it not triggering? I'm gonna cheat. I'm just gonna ask ChatGPT what the fuck is up with this, because it's probably some dumb C++ shit that, like, C# wouldn't do this with. Okay. Okay, sanity check. Why is the hydrate command not triggering when a positive number is clearly larger than a negative number? And I don't think there is shenanigans going on with data types being unsigned. Attached a screenshot of the logs. I forgot to attach it. Fuck. It's because Millie's is unsigned. Okay, so it was some weird signed, unsigned shit. According to ChatEG, so... Yeah, it's a signed versus unsigned comparison bug. Okay, so... I'm just gonna copy pasta this in. And then... just gonna replace that in. So it's supposed to be simple. The simple thing got me with my pants down, and I'm embarrassed. I have 15 minutes left on the 3 print. Alright. Don't think that worked. Oh. Okay, so... Oh, we should also make that unsigned. Oh, and we should also probably just make it Millie's. Where did I define it? Okay. Unsigned long that shit extern. Copy pasta U. And then just copy pasta what ChatGPT says was safe. Why does it want var? You can't do var. This is in C++. Okay, but we're not gonna have it do it. What the hell is times? 1000 UL. I've never seen that before. Okay, let's just set the, where did I put it? Let's just set the timeout to, like, something really small. 30 again. 30 seconds. Maybe that's 1,000 unsigned along. Oop, there's another bot. That is not my bot. Writing stuffs. Okay, my bot should be spamming every 30 seconds. Okay, so just to cheat, we can have it so that water dispensers online is replaced with that thing. Okay, yeah, so that is working. Let's just assume that this probably works now. And post that. And then it'll do it the first time, and you don't have to worry about like negative number shenanigans, and then it'll just do it normally for the rest of the times. But we should probably have a thing that just checks if I'm also actually live, so it doesn't keep posting this like every 30 seconds. Okay, what are we at on the 3D print? We're at 10 minutes. And let's get that other one on deck. I'm gonna guess this will take 20 minutes to print. Alright, cool. Let's check. I'll just type that in. Reminder at 5:50. Should get the next hydrate reminder. Oh, right. We never actually put the thing in that resets that time if someone also redeems hydrate. So let's do that. So if the pump is triggered... Oh no, let's not do it on that. Let's just have it when someone actually says hydrate. Okay, cool. Sweet. And then this means that it should only... If people are already calling hydrate, then we still don't have to, like, remind the chat about it. Okay, so this 3D print, my guess is going to be 15-20 minutes. 16 minutes, but is it strong? It's not. We should make it strong. I'll just go with like 8, not 38, just 8. And then good old Geroid. I wonder if there's a way to set the default for everything to just use gyroid by default until we change it. Gyroid, gyroid. How's it pronounced? Okay, we're at 24 minutes once that's actually set up. But, yeah, that'll work. So, 7 minutes plus 24-ish minutes. Round that up to like, I don't know, 35-ish minutes. So, around 6 PM, we're done with the stream, I guess. Shouldn't take too long to actually, well, no, we have to actually install the thing first, but that shouldn't take too long. Yeah, I can probably get I guess, I should probably look for the screws that we're gonna mount this with anyway. Screws. Okay. So, this guy is a little too short. And it's not a problem if we use some like countersunk wood screws on here. Worry about it going a little bit too deep in. And we can just go with these guys. Since like we're not going against the layer lines if we go with those ones, so it's not going to split it in half, which is a problem though. If like you have these layer lines and you have like countersunk screw go in, then it can definitely wedge it apart, but that's not an issue when you have it in that layer line orientation. So then you're going perpendicular layers, and that's fine. I'm gonna go pee. Pee time, pee time. I have to go pee. Okay, Dex, I'm back. Alright, so what was I doing? I was looking for the right driver. Oh no, I dropped something. We can do the long one. Yeah, we're gonna have to use the long one anyway, so why not? We're gonna have to. Do we have to? No, I don't think we have to. Or I just like force it. Yeah. Okay, well, you can't see this part, but I am screwing it into the door thingy. Actually, I should probably take these out. Let me do one at a time. Okay. Let's hope I don't screw myself, literally. Okay, cool. That's a thing. I actually don't like the screw head sticking out like that because this is meant to be cat proofing. I don't want my cat to be like caught on the screw tips that are poking out. What can I improvise to, you know, I think some, what's it called? Some hot glue should probably just be fine. Yeah. Hot glue gun, are you still hot? You're not. Hot or not. Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna... Oh wow, that's plugged in really weird. Okay, what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna warm this up, and then when it's actually time, when it's warmed up, I'll unplug it and run over and just spam hot glue on while it's still hot. Hey Alex, I'm not sure if, what the @ thingy's supposed to do, but I don't actually have the Twitch chat open. I can see it on the Restream IO panel, but I don't have to have, Twitch itself open. Should I have it open? Let's see. Oh, it's almost done. Okay, it is done. Pulling it off while it's still hot. Here, pull it off. And let's get the next print started. Wow, in the meantime, those settings for the tree support look pretty darn good, because they're coming off really nicely. And that is not too bad. We can probably smooth it out a bit. I'll just set this to this one, and just smooth it out a little bit with a bit of heat. And while that goes, let's get the print started and just disable bed leveling so it gets them faster. Huh. Oh, okay. Got it. Yeah, that sounds useful. Okay, let's just smoothen this out. This is actually really wiggly, and that's worrying me a bit. Honestly, not too happy with that smoothing thing. I kind of want to get like a flamethrower and just like heat up a strip of metal and just press it against. I'm gonna go do that instead. I'm gonna find a viable strip of metal first. And the flamethrower. Okay, give me a minute. Ooh. Where is my steel? Okay, so it's a bit overkill in size. But, okay, I don't think this will work, this aluminum block that I have laying around. Because that is way too big to actually fit in here, but I have this steel, which is really long, but it will fit in here. I'm gonna heat it up and then press it against that. Maybe not the end with the paper label. Alright. Can you see that on camera? A bit. Okay, that should be hot enough. Yes, that's what I wanted. Yeah, that is so much better. It's a little ugly, but it'll probably be way smoother than anything else that we were gonna have going on. I might as well just burn away all the other crap on this, all the dust. Bye bye dust. Okay. Alright. That should be good for a second pass. Yep. You know, let's actually round out the other side just a bit. Heat sanding. Cool. Yeah, that's okay. It's a little ugly, but it'll work. No one's gonna be staring at my cat-proofing latch anyway. And then, where is my reamer thing? No, reamer is not the right word. Deburring thing. Here it is. Low-key, I don't think I've seen anyone else using a deburring tool for 3D prints. But it's pretty clutch, and I think people should, especially if they're like using brims. Because I definitely have to use brims a lot when I print nylon. And this is just the best way to get rid of those edges. So I'm like just surprised that I don't see other people using a deburring tool on those brims. But yeah, okay, that's way smoother than like the step edge that you get on like 3D print with the layer lines. Okay, good to know that you use a deburring tool. Oh, hi Jay, what's up? Whee! Yep, I am making a latch for my wire rack that is concealed by a what's it called? Acoustic treatment panels. I have a video of my cat being exceptionally naughty. Where is this naughty cat? he is.
Dude, stop chewing on that.
Mr. Fluffy JJ, the fluffy baby man. I'm just gonna keep playing this video because it's really cute and he's super cute.
Dude, stop chewing
So,
on
like,
that.
his litter box, because, like, we can't just use one litter box or else, like, the two cats will, like, fight. Oh, has my arm been dead the whole time since I came back? Let's turn it back on. So, I have two cats, and they don't like to share their litter boxes. So, yeah, we have one of them. We have one of the boxes on the catio, the enclosed outdoor patio for the cats. And then there's a second litter box in, my bathroom. I have a cat door so that the cat can go in the bathroom and I don't have to worry about it being open or something. And so I was taking a shower, and usually the litter box in my bathroom is JJ's, and I'm just enjoying my shower, and he goes in, and he takes a dookie, and he doesn't even cover it, and he walks away, which is about half and half what he does. But I was there enjoying my shower, and then it's all stanky, and I had to, like, get out of the shower and cover it up, and then throw, like, a mint menthol scent bomb, which I was gonna do anyway, because I have allergies, so menthol in the shower is always good. But yeah, cat moment, indeed. Okay, let's see, how far are we on the 3D print? I guess first, just want to vibe check this. This looks like it's pretty good, and the script we can use can be these little study guys. I have to drill these out a bit more, I do. Oh no, actually, we can try going with these ones, plus they have a smaller head. Oh yeah, that's better. Let's go with this, and you guys won't be able to see me install it, so I'm just gonna, like, I'm just gonna do it, and then I'll record a little video on the iPad and then show y'all. And then the latch thingy will be installed in C2. Or at least I think I use that word correctly. In place. But let's drill out that a little bit. Okay, so what is the widest point of this? 4. You could honestly have just used the reamer, but whatever, I already grabbed the drill bits. Okay. Sweet, that should be enough for these to just slip in. Close enough. Okay. Alright, so... yeah, that should be deep enough. Oh, and I bet that the hot glue is ready too. Okay, so you can't see this, so I'll just narrate what's going on. But, I put the receiving end of the latch thingy in, and then I'm pushing the door against it, so it'll be at, like, its most closed point. And now I'm screwing in the thingy. Right in place. We got 2 of the 4 screws in. So let's get the other ones in. I lost a screw apparently. Ah shit, and I lost another screw. Found the screw. Okay. Ah, shit, I lost the screw again. I found the screw. Okay. And I did not lose that screw because it is screwed in. But now I need to find that one last screw. Or, there it is. Okay. Cool. Alright, how many minutes left on this print? Cat. 10 minutes left on the print. Yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap it up after this bit is done. Alexa, set lights to bright white. Okay, let me take video of the latch part. Just screw it in. Okay. So, we have our wire concealing thing. Here are all the wires in it. The wire is a very good show, by the way. And we have a perfectly lined up latch receiver and the thingy. And I realized I forgot to put the screw that reinforces that in there, so I'm gonna go do that too. Okay, so let me go post that in Discord, and then you can listen to that lovely narration again. So we have our wire concealing thing. Here are all the wires in it. The wire is a very good show, by the way. And we have a perfectly lined up latch receiver and the thingy. And I realized I forgot to put the screw that reinforces that in there, so I'm gonna go do that too. Cool. Okay. So, I think I realized though that this thing needs to be like a perfect fit, or else it won't actually shut. So that might require some reprinting, and it might also require, well no, those are not actually sticking out all the way. Okay, yeah, we can do the hot glue plan. So let me go rush over and do that. Sweet, we definitely had enough residual heat to do that. So I'm gonna go zap it with the freeze ray. And let me go show a picture of that. Yep, there are no screw points that are sharp. Post that. Yeah, that frost is upside down, what's it called? Air duster. I like to use that to instantly freeze 3D print, not 3D prints, instantly freeze hot glue. Okay, how much time is left on this print? 6 minutes. 6 minutes! That's right, I was gonna put that reinforcement bolt in. M4, there you are. Okay. So... how long is this supposed to be? Why is it lagging like crazy? Oh my god, that is chonky as hell. What is going on? Okay, so 60 millimeters. Let's go find a thingy that is 60. It feels like it's gonna be 70 or 80. Oh no, that's 50. 55. That'll work. Fuck it. We'll just use that. Is that really not 60? Whatever. It'll still work. Okay. Drill. And I'm not doing this manually. That is insane. Hux. Not you. You are not metric. You are metric. Okay. We have 3 millimeters. Okay. Sweet. I'll just post a picture of that just to make it clear what part I was doing. And to fill in some time waiting for that 3D print. Okay. Guess while we're here, let's get the length of the bolt that we need here. 30? Oh, okay. I mean, I could have also just measured that with the calipers, but... Okay, so... yeah, this is where the, reinforcement bolt was in. You have to be kind of careful with that, though, because, if you make that, like... if you make the hole that goes in too skinny, then you're gonna just split the print instead. At the same time, we do have those, 4 screws that are going perpendicular against the layer lines that will help reinforce it, so it's probably not a big deal. Okay, how much time is left? 2 minutes. Okay. Then I'll probably make myself another taco bowl after this. Because, yeah, right before the stream, I got my, grinder attachment on my, oh, yeah, my hydrate reminder thing's working. Oh, I should probably put the glass on. But yeah, yeah, right before the stream, I was, grinding some chicken. Ooh, yay! Time to drink some water. Water! Okay. I'm like so happy that this thing actually looks like a commercial product. You just need to get that interface not flickering and then it's nice. But yeah, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, before the stream, I made, chicken. I realized, I was at the grocery store, and, like, they have, ground beef in, like, tubes, and they have, like, ground pork sausage in tubes, and they have, like, ground turkey in tubes, but they don't have ground chicken in tubes, and they don't have plain ground pork in tubes. But, yeah, I like taco bowls. I like taco slop bowls. So, I got some chicken thighs, put them in the freezer, and then I cut them frozen into cubes, and then I ran them through my grinder attachment that I have for my KitchenAid. I'll go look up that attachment. KitchenAid mixer grinder attachment metal. Yeah, it's this one. So yeah, that lets you make ground meat at home and make your own sausages, because I've been watching a lot of Mr. Sausage, the Ordinary Sausage channel, where he makes really stupid sausages. Okay, print's done. But yeah, I ground my own chicken, and with some Tex-Mex spices in there, so it tastes like Tex-Mex food. And then I sorted it into like 1 pound, that's like what, half a kilo-ish? A little under that, freezer bags, and yeah, it's ready for me to make my taco slop bowls. Alright, let's finish this up. That was the latch thing, and we need to drill that hole out so that an M4 screw can pivot on it without resistance. And let's also find a 30. That's 35. There's 30. So yeah, it has to pivot on that without any resistance. So what are you? Are you? Let me just measure it. I don't want to read it. Reading's for nerds. Okay. I lost my reamers. Oh, here's some. I think this one's on 5. Yeah, that's 5mm. That's definitely not 4mm. I can't find it. We're just gonna use drill. What are you? You are 4mm. And where is my drill? Here's my drill. Okay. A reamer would have been preferable, but it's okay. Alright, I'd say that that's no resistance. Sweet. Okay. Let's plop this on. Okay. Cool. Yeah, that's like no resistance. Alright, yeah, that almost works. Just a little bit... It's not automatic, but it will latch, at least. What's up, Sparky Beardy? Yeah, the entire assembly is made from scratch. Okay, let me hope that... Okay, this thing actually is good enough so I can just close it. Let me go close this and reopen it. And in the meantime, while we restart it, I'll go get a video of that thingy. Okay, fusion. Yeah, unfortunately, it's pretty well integrated that I can't really take it apart that fast. Okay, so I'm gonna go get video of this. Okay, so cat cannot pull that apart. But that lets it go. I do wish that this would actually close. I do need to make some adjustments to the model, so I'll reprint the latch, but I'll do that off stream because we got the main idea going. But at least we can close this manually. Ideally, this should just drop by itself, but it's a little too snug to do that. But that keeps it locked. Flip that open, and we can open it again. And access all of my wires, while keeping the cat out of this. And I think that adding like a bit of wood over here or something would just close that up completely. Okay, cool. Now you got to hear me say that again. I'm gonna upload that to Discord and then play it back in the stream. Okay, show the panel. V1 assembly. Yeah, here's the model for the thing. It's missing the top. Can I re-enable this in... Yeah, I can. So yeah, this is the entire thing. Oh my gosh, I hate it in orthographic direction. I'll make it perspective there. Now it's real. So yeah, screen goes here. We hide the lid. This is where the screen mounts. This is where the PCB mounts. This is where the USB port is. The pump lives behind here. And we can hide the cover, and then there's the pump in here. Ultrasonic sensor is in this cover, and let's hide the cover. Ultrasonic sensor is here, and the spout is here. I didn't bother to model the tube, so just pretend that there's a tube that goes from the pump over to here. And then this stuff is a, what's the word for a load cell? That's the kind of sensor that you use for like a scale. So let's just hide. Yeah, let's hide that panel and cup outside. So yeah, this is the load cell over here. Yeah, I think the CAD for the final design took maybe 6-ish hours total. 6 to 8 hours, in about probably 20-30 hours of printing. The base has nothing in here except concrete to keep it nice and not knocked over. But yeah, this is the force hydration machine, and control board and all electronics live up here. All electronics that could live up here, obviously, because the sensors, some of them had to be down here. But in the worst case scenario, I wanted the least amount of things to get ruined if the water spilled. So, and it's all conformal coated also. So if water spills, there's a good chance that it gets repelled anyway, because conformal coating makes it waterproofish. But yeah, this is the force hydration machine, and it did a thing. But yeah. Okay, well, I think, actually, before wrapping the stream up, I'm just gonna go make the adjustments to the thingy. Wherever that, file was. Just to give it a bit more space, so that, it'll actually fall down nicely. Okay, so, and let's also remove, Yeah, let's remove that fillet. Okay. So I think that just the easiest way to do this is we're going to just project that. We're going to offset that -1, +1, I guess. And then we're only going to actually shrink it along these axes. Axes isn't the right word, but I think you know what I mean. I'm just gonna hollow that out a bit. Add some fillets. I don't really care, that's kind of ugly, because no one's gonna examine this thing. And then we could also give it a bit bigger of a thingy there. And then I'll 3D print this, and it should work. Yeah. So I'll just get this 3D print started, and I think that we're probably good to wrap this up. Good bit over 3 hour stream. I told my dad that I'd call him like at 6-ish, so I should wrap this up anyway. Alright. Slice that. Get that print started. Sweet. And we are good. Okay. Alright. Well, I think that we got some stuff done this stream. I'm happy with that. Yeah, hopefully I'll be back to my normal streaming schedule, for the rest of the week. Because, yeah, I just didn't stream last week because my sleep schedule was wrecked, and, I was, like, kind of adjusting to my new contract, and, yeah, allergies have been wrecking me, but I think I'm good now. So, yeah. Alright, well, thanks everyone for tuning in. I see that everyone has projects going on, so I hope that your projects go well. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting since I started streaming on Twitch that, I should start rating before ending my stream. At least on Twitch. I don't know if YouTube even has the same thing. So, yeah, let's go find someone to raid. It's easier when there's, like, someone live. Okay, my partner is live, so that makes it easy. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go end the stream, and, y'all can go watch my partner, do stuff. I don't know what they're doing, to be honest. But yeah. Okie dokes. Well, yeah. Take care of yourselves. I don't know why one of my arms is not working properly, but it doesn't matter. Yeah. Okay, yeah, logging off. Bye-bye.